today we want to talk about how to be on every single platform. Posting on every single platform is extremely important, and I think that every single business owner or content creator really needs to be leveraging the power of all of the platforms and the effects of that. Now, let's first start off with the reason why it is important to post on all 7 platforms. For this video, we want to cover like all of the major platforms: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, all of the 7 major platforms. We want to be posting on them. So the first reason why you should be posting on all 7 platforms is because of reach. I think people have this belief that once they post something on YouTube, that every single person that follows them, they're going to see that video. That is the first wrong belief. Everybody is not going to see that video. All of your subscribers are not going to see that video. And then even more importantly, the people that follow you on Instagram may not follow you on YouTube. The people that follow you on Twitter may not follow you on YouTube. All of the people that follow you on all of the other platforms, they really may not have seen that video. So you just put in all of that work for only a small fraction of the people that actually are interested in your business or in what you have to say actually get to see it. Posting on all platforms, you're able to increase the amount of reach that your videos get by simply taking that same video that you post on YouTube and post it on Instagram. And most of the time, it takes minimal effort. I think especially when you're a beginner and you're just getting things set up, you should be putting as little effort into, making that content available on all other platforms so that you're able to establish consistency first, and then you're able to increase the quality as you go ahead. And we will be talking about that as well further into the video. The next reason why you should be posting on all platforms is for search engine optimization. Now, people may not be able to see your content on YouTube, but they may see your content on Instagram. That same video that you posted on every single platform, when someone tries to search for something like that online, they're 7 times more likely to see your video. And if you multiply that across every single post that you make, your chances increase significantly. The next reason why you should be posting on all platforms is because of learning. When you're just getting started as a content creator, there are a ton of lessons that you need to learn. I'm still learning those lessons myself, but you get to realize that most of them you have to learn firsthand. You have to test these theories that most of these content creators that are more experienced and more developed are telling us, and you need to test them for your specific niche, for your specific business. Let me give an example of this. For LinkedIn, I was on LinkedIn for a very long time, let's say maybe 2-3 years, and I would never see a reasonable amount of impressions. For some reason, the videos that I post on YouTube or on Instagram would just never perform well on LinkedIn. And I'm just saying to myself, it's fine, I'm just new here, I'll get it eventually. But then I started to realize, no, I'm not going to get that amount of reach that I'm supposed to be getting. So something is missing, something is wrong here. And that's when I started to test different media types. When I started testing text posts versus image posts versus video posts, that's when I started to realize, wow, text posts accompanied with a GIF, they performed amazing on LinkedIn for me. And that's when I realized, if I did not post on LinkedIn, none at all, and I just stuck with the platforms that I'm performing well on, the platforms that I know, then I wouldn't have learned such an important lesson, which is to test media types. This is a nice smooth segue into the next topic, which is all about systems. When you're posting on all 7 platforms, you get to understand that the content creation game is actually a system. And YouTube is only one platform, Instagram is only one platform, TikTok is only one platform, but majority of these platforms obey the same rules. You have to do a lot of experimentation and testing. You have to behave like a scientist and really go into these platforms and try things for yourself. The first test that I thought was extremely impactful on my strategy was media types. I realized that there are 3 main different types of content. There are text posts, there are image posts, and there are video posts. Now, these 3 different types of posts, you're able to communicate your message in 3 different ways. And also your audience, they absorb information in 3 different ways as well. Whether it's in text, whether they love to read things, they love to read the caption more, or they love to just read text posts on LinkedIn, they love to read tweets or love to read long threads on Twitter. These are the types of posts that I'm talking about. And you need to be testing those. You need to be taking your message and splitting it into 3 different media types, into text posts, into images, and into videos. You can take that same idea and get 3 different types of posts out of it. When you look at the text posts individually, you have different types of text posts. You have polls, you have threads, you have single tweets, you have a small text post, you have a long text post. You could convert it into an article for LinkedIn. You could convert it into so many different variations, and you need to be testing those out. So that is one of the biggest reasons why posting on a lot of platforms, it shows you how you learn so much, and you learn in a very fast way. Wow, my target audience, they absorb information more in this format, and I need to be pushing more gas on this format. The same is true for images. People love the carousels. They love to see the little motivational quotes. They love to see GIFs. The posts that perform well for me on LinkedIn are text posts with a relevant GIF that goes along with it. And I started seeing a lot of impressions for those. And I think you need to be establishing consistency with all of this. And the same is true for video. You can do simple cut videos, the one with the green screens behind you. You can do highly produced videos. You can do very simple videos. You can do meme reviews. You can do so many different types of video posts, but you should be trying out different things, because when you're a beginner, you don't know what works. And that is a very beautiful place to be, actually, because you get to test out different things. You get to test out what works and what doesn't work. And what worked for someone else may work for you. And you shouldn't really just absorb, okay, this is what is working for that person, so that is exactly what is going to work for me. I'm going to go ahead and do it and copy that. And then, oh, I'm not seeing results after 20 posts. Wow, I need to give up. This is not working out for me. Something is wrong. Now, the next area is publishing. Publishing is very tricky because you can take that same video and place it on all of the 7 platforms, and you don't change one thing about the video. You don't change the thumbnail. You don't change the caption. And I guess that is maybe how someone who is doing it, maybe their first day, their first week would probably do it. But hey, if that's what you need to do to start it off, then sure, that's how you have to do it. But you have to develop a publishing system. The way in which you start to increase the sort of power that you have behind each platform is by personalizing your content for each platform. Gary Vee, he was speaking about this, and he said that maybe as a beginner, the first thing that you start to actually personalize is your caption. Personalize all of those captions. LinkedIn get its own caption. TikTok get its own caption. It's the same video and it's being posted on everywhere. You're posting the same video on Reels, same video on Shorts, same video on LinkedIn, same video on Twitter, but you're changing up the caption for each of these videos, and you should see a difference in how it is received from each platform, because the people on each platform, they absorb information differently. They're used to certain tendencies, and when your content aligns with those tendencies is the more you will see people engaging with that type of content. You can use ChatGPT to help you to create different forms of content for the same type of video across different platforms. I guess in a sense you can call it contextual captions. The next system that I think people should be working on while having an omnipresent strategy is editing. Editing is huge. You have long form videos on YouTube, you have short form videos on YouTube, you have, I think you can post long form videos on TikTok and Twitter now. So long form is one type of video. You have short form video, which every single platform will take and easily accept. But editing is extremely complicated because as a beginner, you don't want to be spending a ton load of time on one video. One video is not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to get a lot of views. Mr. BC famously says, do 100 videos and then you learn enough. And at that point, you should start seeing views. So you should always set, the bar at, oh no, my first video is going to get views, or the quality of my video is going to determine the amount of views that my first video gets. No, but you need to establish consistency first. Establish the rhythm that you'll be posting at. And how establishing an editing system with this is it allows you to establish speed, and then you're able to establish quality. For me, how I do it is I will choose a topic, let's say posting on all 7 platforms. I'll create a long form video on that topic, because creating a long form video, you realize how much depth you have to get into the content, how much information you have to have, how much value you have to establish for your audience. And then I will take that long form video and I'll run it through one layer of editing, making sure that it is good for publishing it as a long form video on YouTube. Then I will take that video out and I will cut out 7 different portions out of that video, because I want to post every single day on every single platform. That's like the baseline. You have to edit it at a different pace than you'd edit as a long form video, at a higher level of retention. We did an entire video on retention. You can check that video out. But in a sense, like every 3 seconds, something has to happen on screen. Every 2 seconds, every 4 seconds. You determine how engaging you really want it to be. But essentially that video that you're going to be posting as a short form video needs to be cut in a completely different way than you'd be cutting a long form video. And then I'd post that video everywhere. And then I would also, from my long form video, I created somewhat of a script. I would then use that framework to create text posts that I would then be able to post throughout the day on, I guess, 3 main platforms, because currently text posts are great on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. For Instagram and Pinterest, you try to say, okay, from this long form video, from this script, how am I able to extract images, create some really nice images that people are able to save or like or just share to their stories? Just a quick tip from this video, from this entire topic, what are the different types of images that you could create from that? And that's how I see the editing system coming out of publishing on so many different platforms. It may seem as if it's a massive undertaking, but why are you creating content? You're creating content because you want to reach as many people as possible. You want as many people out there to know, hey, this is what I do. It's either that you love doing this thing and you want everybody to know, or you do this thing as a service and you're directly saying, hey, this is what I do for a living. You want to teach people, hey, this is what I do, I love it, and I'm going to teach you how to do it. And you're able to teach somebody how to do this thing. But at the end of the day, you're creating content for someone else, and you want as many people to see that thing as possible, because at the end of the day, you're trying to grow a community. So you need to be pushing it out there to as many eyes as possible, and you need to make sure that you are leveraging the content that you're creating. You don't want to put in all of this hard work just for 11 people to see it, and then that's it. That's a wrap on that topic. And most of the time when you create a video on that, you don't feel the need to go off and create another video on that unless you see it perform extremely well. But that information was extremely useful. It was extremely valuable. It's just just that it was early in your posting system. So the algorithm did not reward you with a lot of reach. They're like, oh, this guy's trying to find his place in the platform. We're not going to reward him with 1 million views. But when you start getting tons of views, that video now is just lost. So you want to make sure that you have an editing system down. The next system that I would really hone in on is scheduling. Now, if you really do the math, you're posting 1 time maybe on YouTube for the week, 7 times on all the different platforms. Because yes, you're posting 1 time on YouTube, but that's YouTube long form. You still have to post on YouTube Shorts. So you're able now to have 8 different posts for the week. Then, as I said, you need to be doing testing. You have so many posts that you now need to get out. You need to make sure that they're getting out on time and that you're not necessarily going on Instagram, checking your draft, clicking on the video, pressing post, going on TikTok. That is going to take too much work whenever you're trying to establish consistency in anything. Based on the book Atomic Habits, The Power of Habits, any of these books, they always tell you the same thing. Make it extremely simple and it will all work out. If you're trying to be consistent at social media, you need to make social media simple. You need to make it something that you can manage on a day-to-day. And that is why I recommend stuff like batch filming. I recommend a consistent environment. Your editing system, your publishing system. Systems make things much easier because you don't have to put in as much brain work all the time. It's already figured out. You just need to follow the plan. So scheduling is the next one because you need to be consistent. It's the most rewarded behavior of social media. I use the app Metricool to help me. I think that the value that they're offering at Metricool is pretty valuable to me. All of this adds up to maybe sometimes hundreds of posts per month. I'm definitely posting over 100 times per month. The next system that I would implement is analytics, reviewing all of the posts, all of the data, because sometimes a lot of people struggle to even do it for 1 platform. Imagine doing it for 7. And then also for that 7, establishing the trends where these 7 come together, because now you're not looking at Instagram individually, YouTube individually, you're looking at all of these platforms. Now when you put everything together, you don't only have 200 followers, you probably have 1,000 followers out the gate as a beginner. Now you have to look at the impressions, what video really did well on multiple platforms. Okay, it might have done well on that platform. Why didn't it do well on all 6? What is going on? Your analytics and revision system must be there. You need to learn how to interpret your analytics. We did an entire video teaching you how to use analytics to get more views, looking at click-through rates, looking at all these different types of levers and using them to your benefit. The last one is email marketing. I think that if you're publishing on all 7 platforms, then you're taking this seriously. You're taking this very serious. That's why I made sure I saved this one for the last point, the last system that I'd established. If you read marketing books and you get to understand what marketing truly is, you get to see that social media is a very small part of it. Social media is getting people to know you and to trust you. But after that, what comes next? There's so many things that you need to do to really monetize your audience. One of the biggest parts about email marketing is realizing that every time you post something, only a fraction of your followers and subscribers actually see that. So the first thing that you really want to be doing is collecting emails from all 7 channels. Imagine getting leads from 7 different channels. All of the systems that I just told you about, you implemented them. So you are publishing and you are doing well on all 7 platforms. You're establishing leads. Imagine getting emails from 7 channels instead of 1 that a lot of people are used to doing. Now, when you get these emails, you want to be able to give your audience value. So how you give them value is by giving them something that they're able to take. And for them to take that thing, you will charge them not money, but their email. If you send 10,000 people an email, all 10,000 of them will see it and a percentage of them will open it. And then you're able to now automate that to happen maybe every month, every 2 weeks. You're now able to have a closer relationship. You're still posting every single day, multiple times a day now, but that real connection to actually say, hey, if you need specialized help here, if you are interested in this product, if you are interested in taking your fitness training to another level, I am selling this thing. Publishing content on all 7 platforms, to me, that is the first step. That is where you start things off. It's a system. And yes, you have to spend a lot of time to get good at that system, but it's only step 1 because all of this at the end of the day is going to be helping tons of people. Imagine trying to help people only on YouTube. You're now helping people on all 7, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. And now all those persons have an opportunity to get specialized help. You're now able to provide an even higher level of value to these people. You're able to fix a larger problem for them. You're able to say, you know what, instead of listening to this long video or collecting all of these small tidbits on these social media platforms, here's how you solve everything. Boom. You're able to solve this problem once and for all for them. They're happy. They love you. I think publishing on every platform, omnipresence, it's the biggest thing that social media content creators and business owners need to be doing. It's the next stage. It's the next level. Showing interest on one platform. It's too much work for too little return. Thank you guys so much for watching.